Today's sponsors are Angelo's Interiors, specialising in kitchens, bedrooms and bathrooms. Go and visit their showroom today in Gillingham. Their web address is angelosinteriors.com. And
unlock your potential with Dream Academy Performing Arts. Performing arts schools from ages 3 to adults all over Kent. Book your free trial now at dreamacademypa.com.
Welcome to the Cherrywood podcast with me, Simon Burridge.
and me, Rachel Burridge. Wait. I hid my book, so...
You're the host. You're hosting this.
So welcome to the Rachel Burridge podcast then.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about Marryoke. Okay, so a lot of people out there get confused about Marryoke, what it is,
Some people
what
have never
we do.
even heard of Marryoke, Rachel.
Exactly.
What is Marryoke?
Well, that's what we're going to bring up. That's the topic that we have got today.
Okay.
So we're going to ask questions. We're going to get some answers. We're going to crush some of those myths that people think it's about singing when it actually isn't. And we're just going to go through that.
Oh, sounds amazing. Before we get into that,
sounds amazing.
before we get into that, let me clear some sleep out of my eyes. And shall we talk about who was on Friday?
We can do.
Chris Underwood, Woody Del Rey, musician. He's a nice bloke, isn't he? He's a good friend of mine, Woody. It's a good little podcast, that. I really enjoyed it. Kelly was standing in, so it was even better.
Yes, because they got into quite a good rapport, let's say, about music and everything like that, which was it's quite interesting to watch all these ones that I have missed. So, yeah.
Good. And Chris is in a band. Was in a band called Device. We mentioned this before. Band called Device is now in a band called All the Villains. So you'll definitely be able to find Device. I think is still in the middle of making the album for All the Villains. Well worth a look. A videographer friend it as well, and his company is also called. Well, it's not also called. It's actually called Leopard Gecko Productions.
Yeah.
Leopard Gecko Productions. Check him out.
Yes, that's a very good one to watch. Actually, I like that one.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay, good. And the next one, we've gone from Chris to Chris. Got Chris Harding, magician. Chris Harding, this Friday, coming up. He's a magician. He's just won the 2004.
No.
Yes, he has.
2024.
Oh, yeah. I was too busy concentrating on the year to get the decade right. He's just been awarded the 2024 Magic Circle Close-Up Magician of the Year.
And we're
he's
really
good.
proud of him. We are so proud. And on that podcast, he actually does a few little sleight of the hand.
Yeah, hand tricks, close-up magic.
For us.
So we've known Chris for 10 years, I'd say now. 10 years.
Wow.
On and off on the wedding circuit. He took a year out of the wedding circuit just to sort of regain his love of magic. And boy, has he regained it. He's now the Magic Circle Champiano. Well, Magic Circle champion. What's say champion? Winner 2024. Anyway, my phone went off, or was that yours that went off out there?
No, that's yours.
No, mine's in my pocket. Yours is out there. It was yours.
It's mine this time.
Yeah. So
that's a very
really good podcast. Something to bear in mind. There's a bonus podcast that comes with it, but it's not done just with audio because it's pretty pointless showing you a podcast of a magician doing magic. So you'll be able to hear the first podcast, and then you'll have to tune in on YouTube to watch the second half of the podcast, which is a bonus one.
But you won't be disappointed because even we were there going, how the hell are you doing this?
It's amazing, right? We went into the cafe downstairs and he just picked on random people. And that bit where he changed the money, he just had paper money. He flipped it over and then it was all money. And talking about money.
No.
It was all money. Normal money in front of our eyes, in front of the camera. And he did something else with me as well. At the very end, we brought him back up here and gave him a present for winning the award. And he did a trick in front of me with 2 decks of cards, right? And we just opened one deck because one of them was a present from us. And I had this card. certain cards. And that certain card, like, he hadn't touched the other pack for ages, but pulled exactly the same card out from that deck. That was the only one round the wrong way. It's amazing. Honestly, I know I know it's a trick, but it's amazing.
But even that one, he said, okay, he was shuffling. He went, I don't actually know what we're going to do. We're just going to make this up on the spot, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he didn't even have
No, he
anything.
had no plans.
Yeah, it wasn't anything in mind as such.
Yeah,
it was just spur of the moment, off the cuff, if that's what they call it.
Off the wrist. Right. So, so if you watch it, you'll notice that we just carried on recording the whole time, right? And I just said, do me another card trick with these cards. And then it just...
That was it, because we bought them and we said, we know they're not fake or tampered with or anything like that, wasn't it? Yeah. It's
just weird. He's
but
very
in a
clever.
Really good way.
And he's worthy of the championship. He's worthy of being winner. Anyway, that's that. So check them out. We told you about the news with the soccer, didn't we? That's really good.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that in May. So that'll be coming out in May.
So we'll be doing a lot of promotion about that, and we would be doing a lot of advertising and stuff like that. So
yeah, and that's it. So let's get on to Marryoke.
Okay.
Thing people have tuned in for. So sorry about all that malarkey beforehand. And I just want to say thank you to we've got a lot of Indian followers from India.
Oh,
yeah.
They must like us.
So thank you for following. Hello, India. If you want to invite us to India, more than happy to stay at one of your houses. Or the Taj Mahal, even. Invite us over. We'll do a podcast in India. If you can conjure up the money and the flights, we would do a podcast in India. I'd love that.
I've never been.
I just love Indian people. They're peaceful people. I love them. Anyway.
Can I just do one more shout out as well to our little Jess? She's our second daughter. She was in the car yesterday because, again, there was a problem with the buses, and she was listening to the bit where we said hello, Jess, on the last podcast. Jess, you do know this isn't for kids, it's for adults, Jess. You shouldn't be listening to it. But we want to say happy birthday to Jess because it is her birthday on Thursday, World Book Day, and we just want to say a big happy birthday to you, Jess.
Love you, Jess. My little rock buddy.
Yeah, it's weird. You two have just got like
exactly the same taste in music, but 38 years difference. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, Marryoke. Let's get on to Marryoke. Okay, right. So the first question is, what is Marryoke?
Right, Marryoke is basically a couple can choose any song they want, any song. And throughout the day, I will take my camera with the lyrics and the music and go around filming different members of the wedding party. And they will do a line of the music and they will mime it. This is answering a lot of your questions. They will mime the music. They can sing if they want, but it doesn't matter because their voice won't be used. So we'll create a complete music video with that one song with every member who wants to be involved singing in that song.
Okay, so yeah, you've literally answered all my questions now. Thank you very much. That was the quickest podcast we've done.
See you later.
No, so does everyone have to sing or get involved?
Like I said in my title. No, if you don't want to get involved, don't get involved. We're not pushy sellers anyway with anything, but we will say
doing a podcast on. No, we're not pushy sellers doing a podcast on.
Doing a podcast about it. We're not going, you need this. We're not going to say you need Marryoke at your wedding, right? Marryoke is very good, very entertaining. However, if you don't feel your family are up for that sort of thing, then it's not going to suit you, and we would never push it on you. And the first thing we say to a couple when they say, what's Marryoke? We say, your family and friends have got to be up for this. If they're not up for it, we can still make something for it, but it just won't have the feeling or the liveliness about it.
We call it Marmite, don't we? Other brands are available.
It is Marmite. Marryoke, you either love it or you hate it. When we was at wedding fairs, we used to have Marryoke in big writing on one of our banners. And we could see people walk past, read Marryoke, and think that was the only thing we did. And then just go, and just walk off.
Yeah. So we had to change it.
So now the Marryoke is really small down the bottom of the banner. That's what it's like. You either love it or you hate it. And it can be cringy to people, but it is entertaining. The other thing you have to bear in mind, for copyright reasons, you won't be able to share it. there is possibly a way you can share a bit of it, and that would be on like Instagram. So Instagram allows you to play famous music, but it's credited at the bottom. So what you would do is you would turn down the volume of your video, and then you'd put up the volume of the Instagram and select the same thing. You can probably get away with doing a little bit like that, but it's really for personal entertainment.
But people can always view them if they wanted to share it with their friends and family. They just we'll put it on our Webflix, and they get a password.
It's password protected. Yeah. So
did you look at me then thinking, what's she going to say?
What is she going to say? I'm like, yeah. So we can't advertise Marryoke on things like YouTube and that for copyright reasons. No one's ever going to choose a song that's not copyrighted. Who wants to do that?
Can I have this original
song?
So
we have to get a license for you to have a copy of it. And that's basically it. That's it. We have to get a license for you to have a copy. So, yeah, it has to be password protected so you can watch it in your comfort of your own home.
And the couples get to pick their own song?
Pick any song you want. Any song you want. I say, you'll see some clips of it on our Instagram page, which is at Cherrywood Pro. If you go on at Cherrywood Pro, look at our, what are those things called? Where you've got loads of different categories. I think we've got one under Marryoke.
We've got Marryoke.
We've got one under Marryoke or
Subtitle?
Weddings. Headings. You get lots of headings, a lot of playlists.
Yeah.
And if you look up Marryoke, you'll find it. Sorry, my eyes are killing me today. For people that are watching, obviously people on podcasts don't give a shit if my eyes are killing me.
How far in advance do you prefer their song choice?
Couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's not uncommon for a couple to book us 2-3 years in advance, pick a song then, and then something comes out in the charts. Okay. As long as I've got a couple of weeks to plan the lyrics, as soon as I know what song you've chosen, I know what your character's like, and I know what's in my mind. I know what shots I want to get roughly, like the choruses and things. This is the other thing. I take the lyrics with me because you'll go, I love that song. I really like that song. I know all the words to that song. I don't have to bother telling any of my guests because everyone knows this song and none of you know the verses. You all know the chorus. You may know the first verse. You may know the second verse, but you never know all of them. Never. You never know all of them or the bridge. So when we take it to the bridge, what do you mean? What the bridge? It's the middle eight. So a song usually comprises of a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, a bridge. Chorus.
A key change as well. Normally in the bridge.
Some not always, not these days. Not these days.
I'm just talking crap.
A key change is that you are not alone. Then it's you are not alone. I'm here with you.
Oh, I've got Cartman with me. Who's that fuck?
Here you go.
Okay.
Screw you guys.
So would it work with if there was just a few members, say like a bridal party, if the bride and the bridesmaid said we would be up for this, but not really any of our family?
Yes.
Would that work?
Yes. I had a bridal party. I had a bride that said our groom wants nothing to do with it, but they want wannabe. And they
I remember this.
And they had a hotel as their reception, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to literally redo wannabe. I'm going to have them ransacking the hotel just like they do in
running up the stairs,
just like they do in the Spice Girls thing
video,
yeah, by Spice Girls wannabe music video. I thought this is going to be awesome, and what did they do? Change their mind about 2 weeks before. I was so excited, and then I was so upset. And then they chose Dirty Bit, didn't they? Dirty Bit.
But the bride and the bridesmaids, if they wanted to, it doesn't have to be the whole family involved. It can just be like a small group of people, like the bridesmaids or the ushers and stuff like that.
Look, I could do it with 3 people, 3 people if I wanted to, if you wanted. But it's just a variety in it. It's going to be better with loads of people involved.
So how do you film it? What's the concept of the day? How do you work it into a wedding? Because how do you fit it into a wedding day?
So I'll be filming the day as normal, but I'll be turning up for bride prep, which some people like me filming bride prep, some people don't, or some people want me to, not like me filming it. So in bride prep, obviously I'll be getting shots of the bride prep, and then every now and then I say, "Come on, let's go and do this line of the Marryoke." I've got to be careful when I say, "Come on, let's go and do a line,"
because you've had brides in. That sounds weird.
Yes, I
you've had
certainly
brides
have,
in
Rachel.
bed before.
I certainly have been married twice. I've definitely had brides in bed. I've had them waking up.
Yeah, you've had
pretending
them
to wake up
and jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
So the crazier things, the better. If they've got any ideas.
Yeah, it can be whatever they want. It's based on their character. I get to know them within a half hour. They're all nervous at first, which is always a bit awkward. Motorbike went past there. You hear that? They're all nervous at first, but once they're used to us, and hopefully this podcast will help that. They get to know us. That's what it's all about. Getting to know us before the day.
Behind the brand.
So
where else would you fit it in then?
I've had, just throughout the day, if I see an opportunity, I will get it. Like when the groomsmen are walking, we're doing some shots of them turning up. We might get them to do a line as well of the Marryoke.
I think we've even chanced our luck whilst signing the register.
Signing the register.
And the witnesses have gone off to sign the register.
Yeah, and I've gone, just look up and say this line with you. I can't remember what the song was. Can you?
It was Jack and Becky, wasn't it?
I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I haven't slept in ages. So any given opportunity, I might just say, well, say this line for me. And it doesn't have to be the right speed. It needs to be roughly there with the way they say. They can either say it or sing it or mime it, right? The elderly people, they have a bit of trouble with it, bless them. Some of them, I'm sorry to be ageist, but some of them have a little bit of trouble. So I just get them to say the line and I will speed it up. Excuse me, I will speed it up and slow. God, I'm doing well today. I'll speed it up and slow it down based on
the song.
Based on the song, yeah. So I can cover all bases. I can trick little kids into it as well. I don't want to sing a line. You don't want to sing a line? Why don't you want to sing?
Can't sing this or. We get a lot of them running around, don't they? Because they love doing like running up to the camera, or if there's a bit of just music and they're dancing, that feels.
Guitar solos, all bits like that need filling up. So I'll get you to say different lines throughout the day. A good point in time where I can get a lot of stuff in is while the photos are going on, because when photos are going on, there's a lot of people waiting to have their photos taken. That's also a good opportunity. I can get a few lines from those people. Also, when they're in a line as a family, I can get them to sing a bit of the chorus.
Group shots,
like the full group shot with everyone else. We sometimes get that in a heart shape, don't we? And I can say, do this whole chorus for me, and they'll all sing along. Once one of them starts singing, they'll all sing. All gets used. In
between speeches and
exactly. There's
dance,
one big space that's usually in between the speeches and the first dance. There's loads of time for me to fill up a load of it there. And then what we do is we approach the DJ. We'll ask him about the first dance and everything like that. And then we'll say, after the first dance, can you make sure this is the song you put on? And that is what I call a stocking filler. That will fill all the gaps I wasn't able to fill in the day with people singing and dancing. And what we do, Rachel will put down her photography camera after shooting the first dance, and she'll grab her film camera and she'll start filming a different area from me.
We'll mingle in with the crowd.
We mingle in with them. So get some feet jumping up and down and all that.
And all those people that are, because a lot of people do say, I don't want to sing in front of the camera, come back to me when I'm drunk, or, those are the normal responses we get to, do you want to do a line of Marryoke? It's normally that sort of style. Yeah. And when we are doing, after the first dance, like Simon said about the DJ, when we're in there, you sort of almost focusing on those people that said no, because they're up dancing, subconsciously singing, don't know we're there. We're sort of doing this as well, going, hey, and we're dancing with them.
How we go?
We're getting, hey. And we're actually capturing them doing the Marryoke without them even knowing, right?
Yeah. There's a couple of companies that do it. I probably know of 3 or 4 companies that do it, but if you did a search for Marryoke, you'll see samples somewhere. It's just that we have to be careful with the copyright of these samples, that's all. All right. But you will find Marryoke. So
we do Marryoke, but we also do other little versions of Marryoke, don't we? We've got Birthday-Oke.
I don't even know where you're going with this.
Birthday-Oke.
Birthday-Oke, we've done that before.
We've done that a few times, haven't we?
Yeah. We should get Miss Salter in. On a podcast. Miss Salter is a headmistress at Painters Ash Primary School. and we have done an end of year Oke for them.
Yes.
So the
like a
kids,
school
kids just about to leave and go to secondary school. Thank you for all your help in the words. Thank you. Give me at least another half a second to come up with the words.
Sorry, but you're like
Anyway, what's that? Something went off then. So yeah, we did a levers Oke. And remember that time when one of the teachers, I said to the teacher, "You've got to sing this line. You've got to sing this line. You've got to hold this basketball, and you've got to throw it behind." I said, "Don't worry if it doesn't go in the net. I will film a close up of the net with the ball going through it." What does he do? He nailed it. He nailed it, and we all went ballistic, didn't we? We all went.
You added that in as like an outtake, didn't you?
We did it as an outtake. We added the ballistic bit in there. It was an amazing shot. He couldn't believe it either. Oh, shout out to Mr. Fields. Yeah. So yeah, we have fun. We have fun with it. I've also done a Groom-Oke. He was too scared to do his groom speech. So in fact, they had a different videographer on the day. I believe they had it in with a package. They had a package with their venue or something like that. But he got me to film the Groom-Oke. So we did a song.
It was Marry You.
I think I'm gonna marry Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, yeah.
We did that, and we had about 6 or 7 members of his family, groom's side. Obviously, the bride knows nothing about this. And I filled the church up because we did a mock-up, and he had his brother coming up to marry him and everything like that. But all the members of the church were these 6 people. I just kept camera tricking it and just kept overlapping with loads of the same people, just with moustaches on and things like that. It was funny, but he really did struggle to do his speech. But he left a message for her on that, which was really good. Yeah, really good.
So yeah, any ideas out there? If you've got a different Oke that we can do, please get in touch and see if we can.
Okie
No.
Okay. That'd be another way of doing a line. Right. Okay.
No.
Anything else?
I think that's it for Marryoke. I think we've explained everything, and hopefully people will understand and not be so scared about it now.
No,
if you want it.
That's right, Rachel. Yes. If you want to go to see some Marryoke, just contact us and we can send you in the right direction. If you want to discuss it further, like I say, it can tie up with a normal wedding videography package. It's fun. It's hard work for me.
Do you do it separately as well?
I can do it separately. It doesn't have to be an add-on. Can be a separate package. But if you're just going to have that, surely you want your dame filmed normally as well. And I always worry about that. I always worry about people having these 8-minute long videos and that's all they've got. And then they really want to see their grandfather or grandmother or mother and father in 20 years' time. They really just want to see what they were like on the day, and they don't want it like a film trailer. You know what I mean? This film trailer stuff is good. It's lovely. But at some point in your life, you're just going to want to see that day for as it was. Because I'm old, I know these things.
I'm old. A lot of this stuff is,
don't feel old.
I look at it and think it's for advertising purposes, really, isn't it? You know, because you see all these companies on the Instagram saying, "Well, look at this video, look at this video." But it's lovely to advertise your business and your company, but to advertise a wedding and giving that to a bride and groom, some bride and grooms might want that. That's absolutely fine. But
it's a lot of money for what it is.
There's a lot of editing.
It involves a lot of editing. It involves more colour grading. We grade everything, but it involves a lot more intricate editing where you're tying up audio over the top of video, slowing a lot down, doing a lot more clever camera angles, using drones and using drones. It involves a lot more work, and it's lovely. I just worry that you look at it and for 5 years you're like, "Oh, that's amazing. I wish I'd got everything I could from that day." And that's my biggest worry for everyone. And we do that small thing. We do a package where you can have your full day filmed, and then you can have an optional extra of this cinematic teaser over the top. And I can guarantee that optional extra is far more cheaper, like nearly 10 times cheaper as an optional extra than it would be by itself. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're
Simon.
welcome. It's lovely to meet you, Rachel.
Lovely to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I come back again maybe another time?
No.
I think we bored you with enough, haven't we? What do you reckon?
Okay, so obviously, if you're watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and everything like that.
All of our wedding stuff can be seen. All our wedding stuff can be seen on www.cherrywoodpro.com.
Done. Or get in touch at info@cherrywood. No, see, I missed it.
info@cherrypro.co.uk.
Thank you.
Yeah. I even think we've got a website, which is cherrypro.co.uk.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so it will go to the same thing. So you can say cherrypro.co.uk if you want,
or
cherrywoodpro.com.
Or sorry, not Google.
Or just Google Cherrywood
Any
Productions.
other search engines
Just Google Cherrywood Productions. You'll find us everywhere. Trust me. Cherrywood, one word, Productions.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. I hope you're still enjoying the podcast. Please send us messages.
Please send us messages.
Give us feedback. If there's something you hate, we'll try and change it. If there's something you want us to do, maybe we can have a game of shove halfpenny on the old table. We should have...
What?
Where you hit the penny and it goes along and you've got 3 goes to get it to the edge and then you have to flick it up and catch it. No? Catch it, not catch it. Anyway.
So what happens if they give you feedback and say, remove Simon completely?
That's fine. That's fine. What if they say, remove your clothes completely? What you can do then?
We already said if I've got... No, I'm not doing that.
Anyway, oh yes, Rachel said if she's got the sponsorship, she would do... Rachel said if she gets the full sponsorship for her Inca trail, right? I think what you got to reach, $5,000.
Yeah.
She's got to get $5,000 for the Inca trail. She will do a podcast in her underwear. How sexist is that? How sexist is that?
And if I don't, Simon's going to do it in his pants. So
Perfect.
Please donate.
Yeah, that's it. What was I going to say? You still up for the calendar, Rach?
Oh, me.
So if there's any companies out there who would like a calendar of Rachel,
Oh, God, is that
and you want to sponsor her for a page, well, I don't mind if there's any other one that wants a calendar of me posing. If it helps Rachel, and Demelza, then I'll do it. I'll do it for Demelza, and I'll do it for you, Rachel, for your Demelza jolly. Oh, I'm not allowed to say jolly, am I? She's walking around Peru.
I'm not walking around Peru. That'll take friggin' ever.
It's like Paddington Bear. Is it Paddington Bear? Yeah, it's Paddington Bear, isn't it?
Yeah. Where he gets his Marmite sandwich.
Yeah.
Marmalade sandwich. I think fuck that up. Marmalade sandwich.
Yeah. And we're still talking.
And we're still, yes, right. Thank you everyone for listening. And
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Just stay like this for a bit.
Or just do
I don't know. Just do it. Yeah. This podcast has been brought to you by Snugdubs Campervan Hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk. This podcast was brought to you today by Austin's Eatery on Station Road, Strood.
Try the Viking Challenge.